when I tell you the first deal went poorly, it was a real shit show.
They took all your money.
Yeah. What do you think Jimmy would say about aliens? He'd be like, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, this little fucker?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Seager Storytime. We're your hosts, Mattson, Case, and Elliott, and we're the co-founders of Seager Company.
Florida with a Florida accent.
Damn, so that's that where you're from? Are you from Florida?
I am. Yeah, I'm from Jupiter, Florida.
Oh, fuck, that's the spaceship zone, right?
A little bit south of it. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. A little south of it. About
Or
an hour
maybe it's
south.
like all the golfers live there or something?
That's where all the
Yeah.
golfers-
Yeah, okay. Both, right? Same
Yeah.
thing.
Wait,
Yeah.
like the professional
Tomatoes.
golfers or the like?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
What do you
shitty
mean?
golfers? I don't know. There's like a lot of golfers in
there's
Florida.
both.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
golfers in Florida.
It's a
Okay,
great
so
area.
you're
It's probably
saying
the
that
highest capita of golfers.
So
in
Jupiter
state,
is
by
a
state.
very affluent spot.
No.
Yeah.
That,
No?
it is now. Growing up, it was not. It was like,
It's recently a golf zone.
yeah. Growing up, it was actually pretty like kind of redneck
Yeah.
Florida, kind of in the
Damn.
middle of the state.
How'd you get out west?
Good question. I moved to New York after to go to grad school, and then after grad school, I got a job out here. That, at least I thought I had a job out here. I moved out here, and they were like, "Hey, you can't start for like 3-4 months." I was like,
Hey, we
Oh
heard
my
about
God.
We heard about your
Damn.
aqua dump.
yeah, exactly.
One of the
I was
guys you pooped on was the guy hiring.
We know your past. Okay, fine, fair enough. To be fair, I wouldn't hire me either. And I ended up being like, I can't afford, to live out here for 3-4 months. So I had walked into a dispensary. I guess we'll hop into weed now since that's
Yeah, there we go.
I walked into a dispensary. I was like, this is the future for sure.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like, there wasn't really any brands in cannabis. It was
Yeah.
just people like with turkey bags growing it up north, sending it to
So
dispensaries.
this is fresh, like
Yeah.
right when it became legal.
How long are we talking about? Or how long ago are we talking about?
almost 9-10 years.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was like early
Yeah.
legalization, pre-legalization really. But nonetheless, I was like, I think we could. There's definitely gonna be brands in this. Like it'll be like anything one day. So I started my first company, and I just did it out of my garage, and turns out selling weed's a good business, particularly illegally. Right? It's like selling illegally is a different story, but illegally it works well.
Did you have a brand name even though it was illegal at that
I
point?
did. It was called Native.
Dope.
And it ended up working out, man. It's like, it's funny how fast $1,000 becomes $10,000 when you're just pushing weed in a legal market. So I ended up making a lot of money doing it. I was like, this is great. And things just kind of evolved from there. And the journey gets crazier and crazier. And I'm sure we can.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Yes.
At
I'm
that
fired up.
point, so I mean, you just said 1,000, 10,000. So I'll just take that.
Yeah.
Can you say that now that it's legal, or can they like go back and be like 10 years ago we're gonna get you?
Retroactively.
I hope
Anything you
not.
say,
I hope not.
Like there's
I got a
so
lot riding
many.
on not doing that, so let's hope not.
There's so much like
weird.
weirdness about that.
Well, didn't they make it to where when it was legalized, it was supposed to do the opposite, where they retroactively like get people out of jail?
Well, yeah, and
Right?
think about alcohol. Before alcohol was illegal, you couldn't have been like, I drank 20 years ago. Like
Right.
they wouldn't do anything. It's legal now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just answered
I think
my
we're
question.
safe.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I think we're safe.
But yeah.
Do you have security
Okay, I'm
at
not-
the front of this
I'm not
building?
going to dive
I just
into
wanna
it
make
more.
sure that
We have an
they didn't
FBI
follow me
agent
down.
that also works here. I hope that's okay.
Okay, good.
Undercover, maybe.
Good guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah. He wears a
Yeah.
suit.
That's funny. So
Okay.
anyway, so we started there, and it was going well, but I was like, I think we need I guess like any business, you're like, we need more space.
Yeah.
We're growing. We're making big moves.
Yeah.
Here. So I ended up, at the time, it was hard to find a place where people would let you like operate a weed company, So I had to like go on Craigslist and kind of be like, we're a branding company, or like we're a marketing company, and they'd let me in, and usually like within 3 months they'd be like, get the fuck out. I'd be like, all right.
Whoa.
But I found this.
Damn.
I found a commune.
Whoa.
This gets crazy. This really does. It starts to
Okay.
get far out. I found a commune on the border of Ventura and Los Angeles, and
Okay.
it was these like wild hippies. Like have you ever seen the movie Wanderlust with Paul Rudd? And
Yes.
Oh yeah.
it was
yeah.
legitimately. I mean, just that's what it was. And
Wow.
Like kind of culty.
super culty.
Yeah.
A cult.
It was a cult.
Literally a cult.
It was actually a cult.
Yeah.
And I end up seeing on Craigslist that they're renting out like a little bit of space on the commune. I'm like, perfect. They're gonna love this, you know. And I told them like, look, I'm gonna grow weed here. I'm gonna grow this brand here, and I'll give you a kickback. Like this is for any risk you're taking on potential. I'll give you a kickback, and you'll make more than whatever you were gonna rent it for $700 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we end up like building what we thought would be like we're going to roll 1,000 pre-rolls a week or something ended up being like a huge operation, and the brand got to be one of the bigger brands in the state of California. And And we continue to give them kickbacks, and slowly but surely, this commune became like
rich as fuck.
Like rich as fuck. They had like solar energy.
Well, holy
everyone
shit.
was like
That's
new
great.
cars, and it was fantastic, and it was amazing.
Until one of them starts sleeping with all the women, probably. Right?
Yeah,
it always ends with that.
Right, exactly, something like that. But so what I didn't know was there was this kind of leader of this group that was often traveling, and when he came back, he was like, he walked into a grow. I mean, I had turned, and by the time we were done, like we had built out a facility, like a real operation, and
over a year.
He was like,
"What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Listen to me." Like at the time, I think I was giving him like 5% kickbacks or something. I'm like, "I'll give you 50% of what I'm growing right now, and if you just let me finish out this cycle, because I didn't want to cut down the plans."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right."
Oh, everyone's corrupted.
And it ended up at that time, you know, the price for a pound of weed was $4,000. I mean, like you were really.
Damn.
Now it's like $900.
Oh, okay.
$900
if that.
indoor, whatever. So the margin was insane. This guy just took home a huge check, and I ended up leaving. And it's just been kind of like I'm always like I need to go back and see like if they've spent it, what's going on there.
Yeah.
And
I want to see a photo so bad of this place.
Crazy.
I'm trying to get a visual. Like,
it was crazy.
They have like a name for their commune. Like, did we look that up?
No.
That story you just told is like a mini movie in itself.
I know.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's a movie.
And I mean, throughout there's like, you know, being held up at gunpoint. I mean, it was truly like,
damn.
It was scary. It was like a pretty gnarly time. And I guess the rest is history. I ended up selling that company, and it was actually not it was a shitty deal. But after that, I called this dude that I had met, Rusty, who's my partner in all this. And I was like, dude, I think we can do this right this time. Like everything I've learned from the first row, you know, the first go at it, we can like tweak this and make it better. And now Old Pal is, you know, it's been a crazy, amazing ride.
Yeah.
Old
And
Pal.
Old Pal's, it's a behemoth, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Damn.
Sick.
Yeah, my eye's twitching right now.
Dude, mine is too. Don't even worry. You're probably looking at me. I'm like twitching back.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Jeez. How many employees do you guys have up there?
So we're a licensing business, so we really don't employ many people. I think right now we probably have around 25.
So you license out other grows operations?
Yeah, so we find like best in class farms throughout the country, and we license our brand to them because oftentimes they're really good at growing weed, but they don't have interest in like creating a brand or whatever it might be, and that's really all we do.
Yeah.
So we license our brand to them, and we kind of help them with distribution, and that's the business. So it doesn't take many people to operate. And I think that's like exciting for us because, you know, when you start getting into the 100, 200 employees, like what a shit show.
Gnarly.
Where
no
are you
interest
guys at brand wise as like top other brands? Like are you like top 5, top
Size
20?
wise?
Yeah.
So there's kind of different metrics we got. I mean, I think we're probably in the top 5 in the country as far as like how many states we're in.
Okay.
There's probably bigger from a revenue perspective. But from like a geographic footprint, we're up there.
What are some competitors or bigger ones?
A lot of the bigger ones are these like big publicly traded companies, like GTI or Truly, because they create their own brands and then they sell them to their own their own retail and stuff in 20 states or something.
Yeah.
But as far as like independently owned brands that all we do is brand, I definitely think we're up there.
Nice.
I think.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I can't think of another one offhand.
Yeah.
I heard that Marlboro or something was going to start one. Did they ever do that?
Really?
I don't
Like
know.
it was going to be a green instead of a red. It was going to be green.
I mean,
They
that does
probably
sound
have
pretty
one.
cool.
I know.
Well,
I was like,
there's
fuck.
other ones that are like, gosh, I haven't bought weed from the app in a long time because I think they stopped doing the app. Isn't that right? Like you can
Ease?
buy from what?
Ease?
Yeah, you can buy.
I
from
buy
those.
it.
I know, but you have to like go online. You can't buy from the app directly. I don't know. I stopped.
No,
doing it.
I just straight up.
I'm pretty positive, dude. You have to go online. You can't go on the app anymore.
Well, I don't have an app. I just go on the
Oh,
website.
there you go.
Yeah.
See?
Wait, but what's the difference? Isn't an app the
There
internet?
you go.
Right? Like it's kind of the same thing.
No, they like a lot of like I used to have an app and I would be like, oh, I'm gonna buy this and then I would like
An app
didn't
is
even know
not the
that.
internet, actually.
What is it?
The internet is searchable for everybody. An app you have to download and put on your device.
Yeah.
So,
now that Ease app.
which seems like it should be the opposite, where it's like
So
not
it's
everybody
like a
can do
really
it, only if you download
guarded
it.
internet?
Yeah, I guess.
Because it still has like servers and
It
shit.
uses
right?
internet.
I mean, it's way above my fucking pay
I don't
grade, to
know.
be honest. I have no fucking idea.
know.
You're an expert in that, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like alcohol, right? Like you can't sell if you're the distributor, or like it has to be a distributor in between.
You need a license. You can, but you have
you
to have
can?
a different license.
Oh,
so like
got
you
it.
can you need a license for retail if you're a retailer, a license for distribution, or a license for manufacturing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Most people I'd say have all three. Some have one, some have two. We have none because we're a licensing business.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
It's like we're actually not a cannabis company technically.
Yeah.
We're like ancillary to the whole thing. Which it's just like it's more cost effective.
So you guys are focusing on like what weed do you want to sell and why, and like the storytelling, like just the branding, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean, for the most part,
Yeah.
It's like this idea of community building, because if I'm going to go to a farm and be like, hey, if you license Old Pal, you're going to sell more weed, they're going to be like, why? You know, and if we're like, look at what we've built. You know, people know us across the whole country. We sell this much in, accessories, whatever it might be. They're like, okay, this is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay a royalty to this group. So that's why it worked. A lot of people get into cannabis and they're like, we don't know how to grow weed. We don't know how to manufacture or distribute it. We'll create a brand and we'll license it. But people are just, these farms are like, why would I pay you?
Yeah.
So a lot of people fail. And I think we were there at the right time. And I think the brand was strong enough that people bought into it.
Yeah.
And
What do you think made the brand strong? Was it the branding? You guys use Land Boys, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Same as that bottle right on your
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good start right there. Yeah.
That's another crazy story how I met them, which I'll get to. But I think the reason it works is because Rusty and I came from this kind of cannabis environment prior to this all legalization and like getting teched out with all these rich dudes who come in and they like build it.
Yeah.
We came into it like young dudes, like we want to sell weed because it's what we know, it's what we do, it's how we know how to make money.
Yeah.
And like there's something authentic and real to it, and I think people feel it. I think the brand, like, it resonates. You can't fake it.
For sure.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
I also think like there's luck involved for sure. Maybe.
I mean, I would say as a consumer that has bought in your products a lot in the past, it was like exactly what you said, where it felt more authentic to like maybe what I'm attracted to, and that might be the branding. It might be just like I like Land Boys style and I think it's cool, and and then if you guys as a brand like Land Boys, then I'm attracted to that. I think it's like a more buyable thing for me, but I mean, I'm one person. I think you guys feel the same way. But
like weed for however long was illegal and like could be looked at as sketchy or wrong. But then when you come out with like a perfect brand, it's so much easier just to hit our type of demographic. It's like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like I'm gonna go buy that just because of like how their whole brand is. You know?
Yeah, it's funny because
I like the sketchy stuff, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I like the sketchy stuff too.
Yeah.
A lot of people who, this is probably not particular to cannabis, but a lot of the people with the money to make these brands or start these brands are usually out of touch with the consumer they're trying to sell to.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you get a founder or somebody with an idea that is like creating something for the world that they want to see, and then there's a huge group of people that are like, I'm into that, as opposed to like, I bet you if I sell weed, or if I create a pen that's dosed and it looks like a medical device, like there's a disconnect between the person who's trying to put that into the world and the consumer who actually smokes weed. Because they don't have any idea. They're not spending time with the dudes that are sitting on a couch smoking a joint and just talking and having a good time. They're so disconnected, and that consumers know. It's like
especially weed consumers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They see it right through.
But
bullshit
there
on
are
that.
different types of weed consumers for sure.
Oh my god, There's
weird,
dabs and shit. You know what I mean?
That can get really weird really quick.
Yeah.
And then there's just like people like us that were just like,
I'll smoke a joint.
Yeah,
that's what Old Pal. That's how I am, right?
Yeah.
So, like that's what I think Old Pal's kind of an extension of
for sure
what I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
What Rusty wanted to see. Granted, Rusty, he'll dab, and he's way more.
Yeah, some people can just handle that shit. I am such a bitch with that. Oh my god.
I just did a dab for the first time since like high school.
And
It's crazy.
Was that last night?
No, it was when I was in North Carolina.
Oh.
But you just get so high.
What about that time in Mexico
Like,
and that
no.
knife thing, bro? And you
Oh,
knifed
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, that was insane.
Never did
Yeah.
that one
That was
either.
Oh
crystal
yeah, I
meth.
guess
That was
Yeah, right?
I don't
For all
what
you
that
know.
was.
What even happened with that again? Was that a straw?
Crack.
No, it was just like
we
knife
smoking
hit. You know
crack.
knife hits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like we met this chick in Mexico and she like just torched up 2 knives. She's like, you guys want to hit this? And I was like, I guess.
See ya.
And then I was so high.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Case made me take a giant shot of mezcal.
Oh.
Right
I'd say
after.
weed and mezcal,
But honestly, kind of leveled me out.
Yeah, there you go.
There was a dope little mezcal bar when we were down there. It was Sayulita. It's pretty like
Yeah.
You know,
That's why
kinda.
I was so surprised that you did it because I was like, we just met this chick and we're like in
Nah, she's
her.
chill. She
She was dope.
Yeah, she ended up being super nice.
But that was flour, right? It wasn't like it was.
No, yeah, it was just weed.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no.
I don't think it was
Wait,
like
what are you saying it
concentrate,
was?
was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
God.
okay, never mind.
Okay. That'll get you.
Never mind. I don't know.
I thought,
Fuck.
yeah. Wait, so it's 2 knives, and you put the concentrate or whatever, like,
You heat, yeah, it's
and you heat that in between them, and you smoke the smoke off the heat.
Yeah, and then she had like a little like funnel type thing, so you'd smoke something.
What a sketchy little
Yeah, just get a
fucker.
piece. It's so easy, little
I mean,
piece, right?
I took a video of
Mexico's
it.
so rad.
Yeah, so rad.
I mean, that was like we would do sketchy shit like that. It just took me back to like living back home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Fuck yeah. Is weed still illegal up there in Wisconsin?
Yeah, it's still illegal. Like every state it
Lame.
touches, it's legal, but
That's
Yeah.
wild.
they're behind the times.
They
I
are.
think my favorite apparatus of smoking is gravity bongs. Out of like the
I've still never done that either.
Gatorade
are
bottle,
cool.
just and then just dude.
I haven't done those in years.
Oh my
I've
god,
never
I haven't
done that.
either.
Those will get you wrecked.
Yeah, it's just like a solid cloud of smoke just straight into you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Gnarly.
Do you follow like country music or Paul Cawthon at all?
Oh yeah.
Did you saw that he got arrested?
No.
Well, this
him?
was like
Oh.
a couple months ago, but
I didn't
I think they had other drugs on their bus, but they got arrested for weed on their
I
bus.
thought it was like heroin.
in
You
North
look it up?
Carolina or something.
I'm
What's
pretty
this
sure it was
what's
like
this song,
heroin
Cocaine?
or some
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And
Yeah.
he turned it into like an album cover or something.
Usually a
Everyone's
red
like,
flag.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he
Whenever
had
I'm
like
like-
a bunch of heroin on him or something. I think it
Oh,
was
I'm
gnarlier
I
than
think
weed.
no, he
Sure
had other
research that.
drugs for sure.
Mugshot?
Or what you?
No, just like what?
There
Maybe
were
what
other
did they arrest
drugs,
him
but I
for
think
or
they had
something?
like a pound
It
or
was in
something
Boston, right?
of weed.
Yeah.
And that's what they got like in trouble for.
It was
He's a
right
dirty
before
dog.
we went out
Yeah.
there.
He's a dirty,
Yeah.
dirty dog.
He actually looks pretty good right there. Honestly, he looks pretty good.
Yeah,
in this one shot.
South Carolina.
What does get you going? What's your number one
Paul
right now?
Cawthon.
Sturgill.
Sturgill.
Oh, there we
fuck
go.
yeah.
sick as fuck.
I like your
Sure.
style.
Yeah.
Where did, he's kind of. Has he come out with anything recently? I feel like he's
Sturgill's
kind of
off.
chilling.
I think Sturgill's kind of wrapped it up, dude. That's
Yeah,
what
I mean he's
heard.
already like 40, right?
He just did. He
Yeah.
did that song with Diplo.
Okay,
just
he
like-
did.
I don't know about
It
that.
wasn't great.
Yeah.
No, not
No.
great. But I
Yeah.
mean, dude, old Sturgill's where it's at.
Yeah.
I love that Sturgill just
100%
does
agree.
rogue shit though. Like remember that fucking like rock
Anime?
Japanese anime
Anime
thing?
thing? That was
Yeah, I was like, what a
crazy.
fucking legend. He
At
just goes
first, I
rogue.
was bummed
Oh,
on
yeah.
it, and then I was like, "This is kind of sick."
Yeah, I
Sick.
know.
yeah.
He's just out there.
Yeah, he's
or
out
he
there.
did that whole ballad of Juanita.
Oh, Juanita.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
fuck
so
yeah.
sick.
Killer.
Yeah,
So
killer.
good.
I cry every time.
Did you guys
Yeah.
know that Sturgill
Bonita.
produced Tyler Childers' like biggest album? The whole album,
yeah.
he produced it.
That makes sense.
Like
Which
all
album?
of Tyler's bangers.
Another buddy.
Like an album
White
ago
House
or something?
Road, Universal
Oh, that
Sound,
one?
that whole album.
Fuck,
Sturgill
for
produced
president.
it.
That's a power combo.
It's crazy.
What does it mean when you
And
produce
Tyler.
an album? Like,
Probably like help mix it and be like, oh, you should
To have
say it like
in
that.
the back room. You're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, that's dope.
Yeah.
Try this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Just that.
It's so nuts.
Yeah.
Like a coach for an NBA team. Like how much does he actually? Just kind of like vibe check.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Are we good?
That's how I see it.
well, you don't know how much a coach in the NBA actually does.
I have no idea. I don't know how much a producer does either. I'm just saying shit off the cuff, bro. Are you kidding me? Believe me? Come on. No one believes me.
Not
But,
to change subjects, but I just want to hear about the story that you were saying with Land, how you met them.
oh yeah, to call.
Yeah. I gotta think. So I think it was probably right around when that first company had sold. I was just like on the internet and I saw something they had done and I was broke. Like when I tell you the first deal went poorly, it was a real shit
They
show.
took all your money.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm gonna sell it to you for all
I gotta
your
figure.
money.
I gotta sell weed again. I gotta get back
Yeah.
to base.
Yeah.
You know. And so I hit him up via email. I was like, look, guys, I know you're doing Mountain Valley Water in Stumptown. I'm like, I've got nothing of interest like for you right now.
Yeah.
I do know how to sell weed, and I think I've got a good idea, you know, to create like the idea at the time was like weed for the people. Everything was just shitty in the industry. Like the industry was just really tacky. And
But
trashy.
you just cold emailed them? Sorry.
I cold emailed them.
And they responded to that? It's like
Crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They don't, and I don't know. I guess the email had enough like it
Yeah.
was like
Juice.
sad enough.
Yeah.
Just sad enough.
Like a writer.
We gotta help this guy.
Lord help me. And they're like, come out to Austin. I was like, I can't afford to fly. I was like, can you buy my flight? No, I was like, I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. I'm broke. Anyways, I flew out to Austin and I sat with them, and it was kind of just like this. We sat around for a couple days.
Dope.
Had no idea really what I was pitching to them,
Yeah.
and I think they liked that.
Yeah. They
you
just
know?
want to
Yeah.
hear you vibe out.
Yeah, because everybody's got these ideas, and they go to them like, "We're changing the world. We need you to be the brand kind of identity folks behind it." And I was like, I don't know where we're going with this, but I know I can sell a lot of weed next year
Yeah.
if I have something like that's real and I can sell. And they were like, let's do it. Let's rock and roll. And I had no money, so I was like, will you just be my partner in it?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh wow,
they
crazy.
said yes, and I think at that time they hadn't done that, and now they're like, family to me. They're great,
Sick.
and I think they're the most talented dudes in the world. Their story, you should have them come in.
Yeah.
Those dudes have a crazy story.
Yeah, that's insane.
They're far out and they're rad, and
They're definitely a big inspiration for us for sure. Like
They're
Mattson was saying, that's why we were drawn to your
Yeah.
brand. It was like, oh fuck, you can just tell.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
you can just tell.
And what's crazy is I think you see everybody like imitate it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have like the patina and like
No, exactly.
it's so different
they're
when
always
you
the
try to
best.
do it.
They have the depth.
You
know
can
what I
always
mean?
tell
Yeah.
when it's a land
Oh, yeah.
design. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that one's actually.
They changed, no pun intended, the landscape of branding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
did.
pretty insane.
They did.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I think for them it's tough to see everybody imitate
Yeah.
what they try and do, but at the same time it's inevitable, I think.
Totally.
Yeah,
And
everything
what's
is
also
recreated.
crazy is as people begin to copy them, how they change. Like if you look at their work,
They're always
from-
2 steps ahead, you know?
Yeah, and like at the time, it's kind of like when somebody's like, making original music, and you first listen to it, you're like, this,
Yeah.
and then like you listen to it 5 years later, you're like, damn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was so sick, and
Oh,
how
yeah.
everything sounds like it. I think Land has that kind of like ability where when they're doing it, you're kind of like, whoa, man, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could turn a brand, and then you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is the most incredible thing. They are artists,
Yeah, truly.
Are they still partners to this day?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm curious how they can continue to keep that up. There's so much art that they have to like create for other brands and other people's stories.
Yeah.
It's gotta get so hard.
Yeah.
It's like continuously writing albums for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild.
I think that's why they like the idea of partnering. It's like, I didn't say it, it wasn't like, this is my idea.
yeah,
Go make it happen. It was like, I have no idea what the idea
Yeah.
is. Go, like, let's just start from ground zero.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was exciting to them. But, now they're on a whole nother journey. Like they both have kids. They like live in the middle of nowhere in Texas. They're farmers. Like
damn.
That's what I'd expect, honestly.
yeah, like they're who you would expect
Yeah.
them to be. That's for sure. If not like,
Damn.
even crazier, but in the best way. And they, I don't think the work is like what defines either of them. As cliche as that sounds,
Yeah.
it's true. Like
It's the journey.
yeah, exactly. But like, they're off doing their own thing. They like farming. They like
Yeah.
doing whatever they do, and they happen to be really good designers, and they
Yeah.
do that. And that is what I think makes them special. It's
Damn.
like, yeah, they're cool, man.
That's
funny.
It's inspiring.
And
Yeah.
they're fun to partner.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
it's inspiring, but it's also kind of sad because it's like they are that way because it's just truly who they are.
Yeah.
Like people can't copy it.
You can't come.
Like people are trying to copy it, but they're just sitting in their offices copying it, and they're living this cool life and just
I know.
they
I
are
know,
it.
right?
Or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But like anything, right? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you can't copy like.
But what's the sad part about that?
Like people like
Like it's
you
gonna
can't.
die
You can't.
or
It's not a
something?
skill that you could gain. It's who they are.
It's not
Hey.
sad for them. It's sad for all of
Yeah,
us.
it's not sad.
That's regular
That's
people.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's sad for the
I see.
people that are trying to
They're
be
like
like
so
that.
cool. It's
Because
sad.
people can't just really train themselves to be
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always feels that way when you see someone who's just so good at something. Like that's what I quit skating because of that. I remember I was at a skate park once. I was probably in middle school, and I saw this little kid who was super fucking good,
like, fuck.
and I quit on the spot. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got to be
Trey
hard.
Flanagan.
No, but that kid rips, Trey. If you're still out there skating, good job.
Hope you listen to
You
that.
fucking helped me quit.
Quit on the spot.
I straight up did.
Drop your board.
It was at Etnies. I was like, fuck, this kid's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys knew about this, but you also had a part in Madre Mezcal.
Yeah. Well, the Madre thing's interesting because both brands were a land conception and
Yeah.
kind of started at the same time. And a lot of the folks from Madre came over to Old Pal, and the Old Pal folks were helping Madre. And in some way, I think both of the brands kind of helped each other grow. Like we were able to do events together, and
That's awesome.
and weed and mezcal is like such a it would have been weird if it was like a toilet paper company. Right? We're like
Yeah.
weed and toilet. It just
Well,
happened to
unless
be
you
like
roll
a
up
match made in
joint
heaven.
in toilet paper.
That's a good point.
No one's tried
We've
that.
we have tried.
Have you? I feel like it would burn kind of
doesn't
good.
work, yeah.
No? All right.
Burns instantly.
Just a thought.
And so like both of these brands were kind of in this ecosystem of land, and like everybody was just working together, and it was just the most incredible thing.
That sounds
And
fun.
That's
We
right.
invested in Madre. Madre's invested in. It's like just kind of
Damn.
like sister companies, and I mean now Madre's like a beast in and of itself. It's crazy. I think they're one of the best-selling agave spirits like in the
That's my
country.
favorite for
Yeah,
sure.
good for them.
It's so good.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's so good.
And they're good people, and
That's dope.
It's the land touch, dude.
Yeah, I
Everything
know.
they touch is gold.
Are they in Venice as well?
No, they're in Austin.
Okay.
Well, actually, now they're in like the middle of nowhere. I mean, literally,
Oh, wow.
they live in the middle of nowhere.
Are you talking about
I don't
Madre?
think.
Madre.
Oh,
yeah.
Madre. Sorry.
Madre.
Oh, yeah, yes,
Madre.
yeah.
Madre's
I
in
didn't know
Venice
which way.
also. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being confusing. It's my eye twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
You're
twitch
freaking me
thanks,
out.
Ray.
Confusing right now.
Christ, I can't-
Damn.
So, yeah, they're in Venice.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah.
You guys don't like share a? That'd be cool if you guys shared
Shared an
HQ.
office.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they could. Two very different cultures.
Yeah.
One's a little more elevated. Like Old Pal's a bunch of like,
What's your guys' culture like? Like, what is the office vibes?
It's funny. It's changed since COVID. It's like still different than it was. I think it's a happy. It's funny. I do some consulting for other brands sometimes, and I get to see a lot of different cultures. And one thing I'll say about Old Pal is like I go back and people just seem really happy. I'm like, I guess they're just selling weed. Like, it's a pretty sick
good
job.
life, yeah.
It's a pretty sick life.
Pretty
like,
dope.
like they're creating like this brand identity for a weed company. Everybody's stoked, and I always leave the office. I'm like, damn. Like at the very least, wherever this goes, there's a lot of people who work at Old Pal who are genuinely happy with what they do.
Yeah.
That feels cool.
That's a win. Yeah.
Because I see other brands that I've helped out with over the years, and I'm like, yeah, it's a beautiful product, but you go in the office and it's like there's a dark energy. That you're like,
God.
and maybe it's industry specific too.
Yeah.
Some industries just like there's a embedded culture to it that like is hard to avoid.
Yeah.
Because of the people you're dealing with, different vendors, like, and there's like a gnarly energy. So I don't know. That's one thing about cannabis I like is that people are just down. They're like, fuck, man, this is not easy. Like what we're doing seems good and honest and wholesome.
Yeah.
And like people are happy to be there.
How would you compare it to here, like when you first walked in?
I loved it.
Is it similar?
Oh, yeah.
I felt like I walked into like my frat house. I was like, this is
Hey,
in a good way.
fuck yeah, that's good.
I was like,
I'll take that as a
I
win.
wanted to immediately drink a beer and pop
Yeah.
it in. I was like, this
Dude,
is
I was
fucking
gonna
awesome.
ask
Hell yeah.
actually. Do you have any extras? No, baby. I was checking if that was a 3 or 6 because I am a bitch when it comes to the 6, dude.
Get in there. I love it, man.
That's fucking
I
cool.
think this is incredible what you guys are doing, man.
Thank
I mean
you.
that
Ooh.
sincerely. And I can
think?
tell you guys are having a really good time.
We are.
I
We have a lot of fun.
do believe, also probably pretty cliche, but like when you walk in somewhere and people are having a good time,
Yeah.
they're happy to be there,
a good
the
sign.
rest sort of works itself out. So long as you're not burning cash like a fucking maniac.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You know what I mean? Which maybe you guys are. That'd be rad too. Burn it to the ground.
We're just
Burn it to the
That'd be
ground.
sick too. I'd be really into that also,
Damn.
in a good way. It'd be like real punk. But when people are happy and they're enjoying what they're doing, good things happen.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
The same Rocky Mountain water. The same brewing tradition that started in 1873 in Golden, Colorado. Because when you're a favorite beer of rock stars, smugglers, cowboys, and presidents, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Coors Banquet. Start your legacy.
We want to give a shout out to a sponsor of today's episode, Desert Doors Sotol.
Desert Door Sotol, the most premium spirit, distilled in Driftwood, Texas. Desert Door.
Desert Door is wildly harvested, fermented, distilled, and bottled by Desert Door in Driftwood, Texas. Check them out at desertdoor.com.
If someone just gave you $100,000 right now and you had 5 hours to spend it all, what would you do?
Personally?
Buy a boat.
Personally,
Oh damn.
a boat? I feel like you get like a decent boat.
Wait, are you going to die
what you're gonna
after?
do?
You just have to spend it in 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours.
You'll
Goes in
die
the trash.
if you don't spend all of it.
Oh.
Burn it.
Oh,
I would just like buy
that's a
a,
great question.
I don't know.
buy a
fuck it.
house
And put
somewhere.
it in stocks.
It's such an indicator of who a person is to that question.
Fix you,
I'd probably buy a house in Montana.
Never work
and just be like,
again.
boom. Just bought it.
What'd you say?
I'd buy a house in Montana.
Damn.
What kind of house you think
Like
you're
a
buying in
shit
Montana?
house.
Just
Yeah.
a down payment. Just a down payment. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Okay.
Down payment.
Yeah.
Gonna close
And be
in
like,
5
boom.
hours.
That's
Yeah.
a good call.
I know, own a
Yeah,
home.
we're in
Yeah,
Montana.
there's no
I don't
home
even
that will
know.
close in 5 hours. There's no home.
That's true.
Cash right now.
No, you can
No,
pay
it's
cash.
still a loan.
It's a
Call
down
up the
payment.
person.
Like some like crack house on
Yeah, you can get
Boo.
crack house.
I don't want a crack house.
Yeah, see?
I'm buying a boat.
You're buying a boat? I would have guessed that.
Wait, can you buy a boat in 5 hours?
Yeah.
Can you
yeah.
buy a boat with $100,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
cash. A smaller boat.
Oh, smaller.
You're not going to buy like a yacht.
Oh yeah, it'd be like a center console, and I'd just go on. I'd go on eBay and not eBay, sorry, Craigslist, and I'd just be like, "Yo, I got $100,000 right now."
Leave the last 10
Yeah,
grand
you
for
get
gas.
something nice.
He's like, it only costs you 20. You're like, fuck it, take it.
I have to get rid of this. So if you don't
I probably,
understand.
man, That's tough.
Right?
Maybe
I know.
something in Mexico.
Okay, just
Like
some
drive
land.
down?
Property in Mexico. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Like,
But how
go
can you
buy
do
a
that in
little
5
something.
hours?
Yeah, see?
It's hard.
You have to
Oh,
get
5 hours?
Oh no, you could.
We can get there in 5 hours.
if you drove down, yeah, as
Yeah.
far as
down
you
there
can.
with 100K cash,
Whoa,
you
whoa,
can buy
whoa.
a house in
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, but you have to find the right spot, you know?
Yeah.
It could be scary. You go to the wrong house, and the guy's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Pulls out a gun. You're like, "Oh fuck."
That's true.
You know what I
Would
mean?
you buy $100,000 worth of weed to resell?
Oh, okay. See, now we're getting too
No.
logical. You know what I mean?
I'm just
No,
curious. I'm curious.
It's too
No,
business.
He's a weed
you
guy.
know? It's gotta be fun
the
shit.
margin's not there. Maybe blow. Maybe
Oh
blow.
fuck! I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, I'm just-
Damn, we're
Buy
talking
a
about some
submarine.
drug
Yeah,
dealing
this is a
there.
good way to fuck
What
up my
if,
entire
what if we?
This seems like I'm on a good path since we got here to really
How
pull
about
this
this?
thing out the water.
Let's bring us back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What,
We-
what if
we-
I told you I'm like it's all going down? I'm gonna let it rip right now.
Oh my god, that'd be a great
I actually
podcast.
sell yeah.
I'd be like, please keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Johnny Manziel documentary?
Oh, so
No,
good.
So
You saw
sick.
it?
Yeah.
it's
It's
good.
fucking crazy. At the end, I don't want to, no, whatever. He's
Blow it.
like, oh, yeah, at the end of the day, like, I just wanted to party and all my money, I just wanted to spend it all. And then I had a gun and I was just going to kill myself.
Oh my
Spent
God.
all-
How
Yeah,
sad
and
is
they didn't
that?
touch on
Fuck.
it at all.
They
No,
didn't
that was
touch
the
on
weird
it?
part.
Yeah, he like said that, and then it was just like
It was like a
I'm
next
fine
cut.
now, and he's like drinking a beer with his friends at the pool. I'm like, don't.
Someone talk
Yeah.
to this guy,
Yeah,
dude. This guy needs
right.
help, bro.
Right, he's like still boozing.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
shotgunning beers
Yeah.
by the pool. I'm like, dude,
Damn.
He's like, I had a bad alcohol problem and I almost killed
Hey,
myself.
but
And then
that-
they just skip it.
that dude could run.
oh fuck
Yeah.
yeah,
He might,
he's
he
an
might,
insane
he might be
player.
a sad soul, but damn, could
Yeah.
he play
He's done,
football?
right? He's not playing it?
Yeah, he was. he
kinda
was
like the
he's
football
done, for
way.
sure done.
like-
His,
What
dude,
happened?
watch his story.
Wasn't he like the top recruit or something?
Yeah, but then he literally went to Las Vegas and couldn't find a flight to his NFL game, and they cut him
Oh
because
yeah,
of that.
he needs help. That
There's
guy
kind of
truly
football
needs help.
culture, though. It's like he's
Yeah.
gonna, he's suicidal, but damn, he was good.
Yeah.
It's like,
What a bummer.
He's a
On to the
badass.
next.
Like,
yeah, what a bummer. It's kind of like how they roll.
Yeah,
Speaking
that
of
is.
badass, like
Ugh.
that was a pretty badass move, you know. Like
Yeah.
all the other
Him?
NFL players are like super on point, like going
No.
to practice. I mean, not all of them.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
just
say,
saying,
there's gotta
but
be
there's a lot
more.
of them that are like, this is my job. I'm getting it done.
true.
Like, yeah, I'll party on the weekends or off season or whatever. But he
Yeah.
was like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I
it
got
sounds
$8
like-
million, bro.
Yeah, I'm thinking he had some childhood
But now I
trauma
lost
that
it all.
tapped
Yeah.
into
He
that.
was probably
you know
with
what I mean?
Paul Cawthon, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
straight
It
up.
was definitely.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
if
I
there's
think
a
I'm
photo
ready
of
for
that.
another beer, boy.
Oh, let's
That's-
fucking go. I was thinking the same thing.
Bing.
Okay, let's pass him down.
It's always fun.
That's always fun. There's one. I need another one. Yeah, baby.
What'd you say?
Brad.
I can't hear you.
Is it on HBO, Amazon?
It's on Netflix.
Oh,
It's good.
I don't have
Damn.
Netflix anymore.
And
Oh,
it's,
fuck.
it's funny because I met him during his
That's Paul.
NFL
Yeah, it is.
recruiting phase.
Yeah, he was at UCSD.
Yeah, he went to our college to like train.
Yeah.
And they show that in the documentary
we in the background?
when he's in UCSD, and I was like, I knew him then. And that was when he was in his demise.
You
Actually,
guys were
that was
best
when
buds? You guys best buds? then?
No, I'm not.
He was
trying-
always in the training room.
I'm not trying to
though.
rain.
We were in the training room.
I'm not trying to name drop here. I'm just saying I was like watching the documentary. I was like, oh, he's at UCSD right now.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Wow, that's
and then
powerful.
and then he went.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But great dude. He should come on the podcast. Shout out
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would love to
we'll have
know.
him on. Who did?
Oh,
who
he'd
was
be
he like going
here for
against
support.
in the podcast? There's someone they were just head to head. Who was it?
Against?
On the podcast,
Or sorry, not on the podcast. On the
competing against
on the
for a
documentary
spot?
show.
Alabama, he won against. Is that? Oh, you're talking about Heisman, or what?
No,
He's
I was
going
talking
against,
about
he's a
like
football player. He went against a lot of
Are you
people.
talking about drafting? Drafting or something? Like top spot,
no,
maybe?
no. I was talking about somebody that just was like out for him, and he was like arguing with him the entire time.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
not in the documentary.
not
I don't
in
know
the
what you're
doc.
talking.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't remember, I guess.
Watch like the B-list
He'd be an
documentary.
amazing dude to get on this.
I would
podcast.
love
yeah.
that.
That'd be
I would
sick.
love to
Wanna see
know.
this
I haven't even
brand
seen
blow
it
up?
yet.
Shit, he would say, dude. Oh,
Holy shit.
Fuck,
Yeah.
Johnny.
yeah. Let's get you.
I don't
We're here to support you too, buddy. We want the best for you, man.
He had a nice
Damn.
childhood. I feel like he didn't talk about his childhood. Like,
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
who
For money.
says that though? Come on.
yeah, it was the money. He was just trying to party.
That was for money.
He also
Yeah.
like screwed over his best friend.
It sounds like there's more to it, guys. He doesn't just say, I'm going to make a bunch of money and then shoot myself, and there not be any other
Well,
problem.
they didn't go into it. It was
Oh, no,
kinda lame.
there were a
There's
ton of
gotta
problems.
be a bunch of problems. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but these dudes who are just getting like wrecked on a weekly basis, like they're all jacked up, dude. These
Yeah.
guys-
Like
And the
CTs.
pressure when you're like fucking 18.
You're
You know
talking
what
about
I mean?
like, talking about like CTs.
yeah,
Yeah.
CT.
Oh,
Not to say
yeah.
this was CT, but nonetheless, that's
Could be a factor.
Well, his problem, from what I knew, was that he didn't actually love football. He loved the money and the fame he got.
Well, he
So
loved football.
like
in the
every
beginning.
single dude in the
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
like,
Like he's like,
Oh,
I don't
loved
want to
it.
go to
Smash.
practice. I want to go spend this money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's sick.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah. I know, right? It's like a 12-year-old's dream.
Yeah,
Fuck.
he was just and the thing is, he got so famous. He was like partying with like Drake and like big
Whoa.
like everyone loved him. He was like a celebrity, and then
Because
he just got
he's
$8
the
million
top
and was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna.
I'm out.
It's a lot
But
of
he
money,
could've-
but it's not like fuck you money yet. I
But
feel
you
like
have to be smart
right?
enough to realize that you could make more money and party harder if you do well in the NFL.
Yeah, but then you're sustaining this alcoholism.
But he didn't have
until
that
it
thought.
fucking explodes.
No.
Yeah.
He didn't have
Sometimes it's nice though to see a flame that burns out quick. Like everyone does a slow burn. He burnt that fucking candle from both ends.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That-
That's the best story, though.
Yeah,
right?
it's the best story.
That's the best story. I mean, look, he's
like an
probably
action
making
movie.
more money now than he would have as a second-string quarterback. Like,
But I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure
on
out
Netflix.
why.
Hey, $7
How?
million. He only
He had
spent
a
$1
nice
million of
house.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Where did he get that money?
I don't know.
He only spent $1 million, guys. His net worth is still $7 million.
Is it?
He didn't party that hard.
Yeah.
Well, he just did a documentary. Probably gets something for
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure he got a lot for that documentary.
Oh,
Did you
you
guys
think?
see
Wait,
the UF, the Swamp Kings one?
Oh no. I
Oh,
was thinking
haven't
something
yet.
different.
Can you
That
tell me
one's
if it's
Well,
good
let me
so I can
also
watch
just
it?
say, ever since this, maybe it's because I, live in LA, I'm closer to it. But this writer's strike, like, there's no new stuff coming out, so I just watch like old sports documentary.
Damn.
I mean, there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm losing steam here. So
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
feel that.
fuck it, I'll watch another.
Yeah.
So Swamp Kings is about the Gators with Urban Meyer as their head coach
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in what
That crazy.
He's the
Like
Jacksonville
2010.
guy right
like
now.
Aaron
Yeah.
Hernandez and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's crazy. These
Yeah.
guys were maniacs. They were
Yeah.
like murderers and fucking. It was crazy,
Drug
but
dealers and shit.
it's a worthwhile watch.
Drug dealers are
Well, that
crazy.
whole-
man.
Aren't there like 4 guys that killed somebody on that team?
Yeah, like 30.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
30. I think there was like of 60, 30 went to some crazy
Yeah.
stat. They all went to. And Urban
Holy
Meyer's like,
shit.
he's like, oh, you know,
Part of the game.
he's like,
Cost of doing
where do you
business.
think these kids would be if they weren't playing football still? I'm like, dude, they're like, what do you
That guy
mean?
murdered someone, bro.
That's like the craziest
Yeah.
way to like,
Damn.
like defensive.
What a sick locker room though. Must have been a vibe in there.
Oh, they show it, dude. These
really?
guys were maniacs, and they were good. I mean,
Fuck, that's
So it's worth
sick.
watching.
And then there's
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
Tebow,
Okay.
who's like an angel, right?
he's a weird dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, he's definitely strange.
People love
Yeah.
him in Florida.
Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking
Well,
to
he was like a-
Floridan.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
that's where my
Floridian.
parents are from, and like whenever I go to my like visit my cousins, when it was like Tim Tebow's like when he was like the guy,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
I mean,
What do
They
they say?
take
Like
football-
Tebow up.
like
Yeah.
I mean, they just had like posters of him. Like,
Did he win the
in
Heisman?
room and
Tebow
shit.
whoop.
Did he win the Heisman or no?
Yeah,
He did.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, he was a stud, but I mean, dude, they take football seriously down there.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, it's like
That's gotta be up there with Texas, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
2 states I think of.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you
Right.
Gators or Seminoles growing up?
Seminoles? Oh yeah.
You too, right? I know you're a Gator guy.
Yeah, my parents
That's
went to
awkward.
Florida.
That's awkward.
So Jupiter is south of Miami?
North.
North. Okay.
You can't go much south of my. After you're in like.
You can't.
You're
huh?
down there,
That's
right?
like-
You're on the
That's
tip of
like
the
Cuba.
tip of the dick down there,
that's
right?
Cuba. Yeah.
Can you pull up the state of Florida real quick? Because I'm curious. That's like the tip of the dick, right? Miami.
Yeah. Florida's an
funny
interesting place.
It's
these
the
days.
shape of a penis.
Yeah.
So
Florida is a very
already
interesting
kind of
place.
sets the mood.
You know, it's funny. I could say I'm going to sell 100K of coke, and the fact that I lived in Florida will probably be the thing that gets me canceled. But that's okay.
That's fucking true, honestly.
Right? Everyone's like, "Fuck this guy."
Oh, so Key West
there's
is like
Key
a
West.
little fucking. There's QS.
So Jupiter
US.
is just north of West Palm Beach.
Gotcha.
the Epstein zone, right?
Yeah, I mean you're getting
yeah.
into you're getting you know, they say Florida, the further north you go, the further south you get. We're getting into
Oh,
Parrot
fuck.
Head. We're exiting Parrot Head territory into the south.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where that's like the
Damn.
culture, and it's kind of a little surf town. There's
I just realized.
Look at that lake. It's fucking huge.
Probably
Lake
beautiful.
Okeechobee.
Wow. I've never been to Florida. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been.
It's pretty awesome.
So Boca
Looks
Raton
dope.
just means
My parents
rat's
went
mouth.
to Ocala
Yeah.
area.
I just realized that.
it does.
Florida is a fucking vibe, dude. I kind of
Yeah.
want to
Is
check
there a
it
lot
out.
of
Dude, you
pirate
guys
energy?
would kill it. How
Oh my
are
God.
all your sales not in Florida? Actually,
we should
Texas
check.
and Florida.
I think we should
know,
do
yeah.
a trip to Florida.
Let's go mudding. That sounds fucking
Let's
dope.
go to Florida.
Okay,
Let's
so if
do
we
it.
had to go,
In fact,
yeah,
let me
let's do
open
it.
up a headquarters.
Is
in
it legal?
Florida.
All right.
What,
Is weed legal?
Yeah.
Let's go fucking do it. Let's
You
go
wanna
like get
collab
high
it
and go
up in,
mudding.
Let's do it.
Coors Light,
Yeah.
Seager, and Old Pal in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
How fun would that be?
That's a party.
Fuck.
That's a
That's
party
a
right
fucking
there.
party.
that'd be insane.
Damn. In honor of Jimmy Buffett, baby. Let's do it. I feel like that's what he would want. You know?
Jimmy Buffett was my neighbor.
No.
What?
Actually, yeah.
No.
You say you know, knew
R.I.P.
him?
In Florida?
He would come over. No, in where I live now.
Oh,
I
really?
live in a neighborhood.
Like next door neighbor.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
in a
What?
trailer. He lived in the trailer. I live in a
No.
trailer in Malibu. He was in the trailer next door.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard he lived over there.
Well, I'm sorry if he was a friend of yours.
he was.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
He
a
was the
fucking
man.
legend. He's the
Yeah.
man.
Dude, he was the best dude.
Really?
It
I
was
bet.
crazy how good of a guy he was. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's insane. He was
Wow.
just the best.
Fuck.
Do you have any fun stories to share about him?
Yeah, I do. He would come over and booze. One time he came over. I went fishing and I got a bunch of like calicos and sheepshead.
Sick.
I was like, Jimmy, he's an East Coast guy. I was like,
Yeah.
have you ever tried calico and sheepshead? He's like, no, dude. He's like, I'll come over.
Wow.
And so I was like, I had to hit up the whole neighborhood. I'm like, Jimmy's coming over for dinner. So the whole neighborhood rolled through, and we had a bunch of tequila, and he got pretty fucked up,
Yeah.
and good fucked up,
Yeah.
not bad fucked up.
Yeah,
I want to make
Fun-
sure I
fun
like
fucked
up.
fun
Fun
fucked
fucked
up.
up.
He was being
Yeah.
the man. He was holding it like a champ, and at the end of the night, you know those Casa Azul bottles where you can ring the bell.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
He was like, there was just some. This might have been a you had to have been there thing, but like he was about to leave and he was like about to ring the bell, which would have been just rad.
James,
and he was like,
yeah.
he's like, I can't. He's like, I can't. He's like, this is my moneymaker. And then he didn't say bye and just walked out. I was
Whoa.
like that's why he's Jimmy Buffett.
Wow.
Like it was
Holy
such a
shit.
moment. Everything he did
Coolest
was
guy.
a moment. Or he'd like come over and be like, yeah. He's like, I was just having lunch with my friend Paul. I'm like, yeah, Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like wanted you to know.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even though he's the most famous dude on the planet, he's like, I got the my friends are.
He's got to be one of the top 5 coolest dudes on the that's ever lived,
so
right?
wild.
I mean, I can't think of another guy who's like as dope.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Right? Like,
as,
off the
as
cuff?
cool. His
and
whole life.
such
just
a good
cool.
dude, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got another
'Cause that's a
amazing
pub.
Jimmy
let's hear
Buffett
it.
story.
Okay.
My close friend, who also lives in the trailer park, Jimmy during COVID was filming a bunch of stuff in his trailer for like content, and he'd send it out. And he's like, "Hey Jeff, I need you to come over. I'm filming this, and one of my guys is out. I need you to hold up the lyrics to my songs." It's like, I don't remember it now. He's like, I forgot all the lyrics. He's like, I've been partying my whole life. So he's following him around as they're filming this music video in his trailer, and he's like holding the lyrics up in front of Jimmy's face. And my friend Jeff's like, hey, 1 second. He's like, Jimmy, you have so much fucking sunscreen stuff in your ear. Dude. It looks like you have mashed potatoes stuck in your ear. He's like, fuck it. Dude, he's like, I don't give a fuck. He just did it. He was
Holy
just cool like
shit.
that. And
Damn.
like whenever he was gonna go surf, he'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go baptize myself in the Pacific real quick. You know, he just had like,
what a legend.
he was cool.
That's that Southern energy. Though.
Gosh.
They fucking nailed that. They're the only place
they
in the
do.
country that just nails the one-liners.
Oh yeah, man.
What is that?
I couldn't
What the
imagine
fuck?
surfing and just seeing Jimmy Buffett next
I
to
don't
me.
know if
and
I'd
like,
believe
what
it.
The hell?
I don't know if I'd believe it.
You probably wouldn't even recognize him.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a
Old white guy.
yeah.
Old white guy.
Is he a good surfer?
He could surf.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
I mean, how old
Not
was
like
he?
Kelly Slater. Like,
78,
No.
76.
Probably
What?
slow,
He's not like
longboard.
Kelly Slater.
no. I said Kelly Slater's like friends with him, and like
Oh, yeah.
they hung out a bunch, and I'm sure they surfed together.
Gosh, what a
Yeah.
cool guy.
The coolest.
Imagine getting fucking burned by Jimmy Buffett.
That
What would
would
you
be
do?
funny. It'd be
I'd
funny.
thank
You'd be like, yeah.
Thank you. You don't want to be a bitch though.
Thank you so much.
You know what I mean? You don't want him to think of you as like a little bitch.
No.
You gotta like have something.
I think one of the
Yeah, you
most
gotta say
badass
something.
songs that he has is "My Head Hurt, My Feet Stink." And
I love that album.
Jesus.
He looks
And-
dope.
And it's like, dude, back then you don't say I don't. like
Right?
Jesus.
I know, especially
And-
in Florida, right? I feel like
Especially
that-
down in
yeah.
the South, like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fucking badass.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
It's crazy that he did that and he got away with it.
Yeah.
Did he? I don't know. We weren't even born yet. We were just.
No, I don't know. If
Who
he
knows?
Well,
It
he's
might have, like,
famous
burned
enough
his
to love
shit.
it.
Dude, that legacy's strong.
Yeah,
Unless he
yeah.
got away with it.
Yeah, he got away with it for sure.
He's cool.
I wonder if he got any like weird back.
They got to make a big budget movie.
Well,
Cast like.
Scapaloo just did that.
I'm sure
film on
they
him.
will.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like not out yet.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
But I'm talking like
What happened?
the Johnny Cash
Did,
movie style.
Getty
Like
Presents.
someone's got to
Oh,
play
like
him.
Joaquin
shit.
Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that'd be an amazing.
That'd be an
I didn't know
amazing
that.
movie.
Yeah, it's not out.
Who would
Yeah.
play Jimmy?
Holy
Buffett?
shit.
Exactly. I
That's
don't know.
gonna
I was thinking like.
Change the internet right there.
I mean, I hate to say it, but my first thought was fucking Matthew McConaughey. I know it's lame, but I can't think of another guy who
that
like
makes a
can
lot
do
of
it.
sense.
Right?
Did you ever
Yeah.
see the movie Beach Bum?
Yes.
Jimmy's in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, he
Jimmy
is?
in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So is Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matthew McConaughey's the
I
guy.
don't know.
in it.
I don't know if McConaughey could do Jimmy.
I don't know who could.
He's a little too handsome.
Yeah, you're right.
You need somebody who's
But
like
it's
a
Hollywood.
little bit of a
They never get
like
like
a
a
troll
Jimmy's
energy.
handsome, like in his early years, like
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
in his Jimmy Buffett way.
And it's
Yeah.
Jimmy
I'm trying to
Buffett.
think of who would be good.
I mean, he probably slayed. I'm gonna be honest.
He slayed.
He probably slayed hard.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't
kidding me?
imagine.
Dude, I think this this brand has some like some Jimmy vibes.
Yeah, we got some Jimmy energy.
There's some Jimmy energy in here. For
I would
sure.
love.
I'll
to
take
be-
it. I'll take
yeah,
it.
I will definitely take that. He's
That'll be the
best.
biggest compliment I give you guys.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge. Yeah, that's gonna be like in
Yeah.
the ad for this whole
Yeah.
whole podcast.
Yeah, he's a handsome man. Come on. Come on.
I'm telling you.
Good energy.
I'm thinking of a lot of people for him.
He was a pirate.
He was a straight up fucking pirate. Look at that. I know, dude. Imagine just getting stoned. So like,
Oh my.
top 5 rotation. I think I'm putting him in there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
your
when you
top
think
five
about
Yeah.
like,
What is your top 5 rotation? Fuck. That's a great one.
when you say rotation, just
Like you're just smoking.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
in a
okay,
circle.
okay. Jimmy
Whatever
might
setting.
be in there for sure.
Yeah.
But you've probably already done that.
Yeah, right.
Anthony Bourdain.
Nice.
Damn.
Ooh, that's a
dude.
great one.
Yeah.
Sturgill.
Sturgill will be sick.
I wouldn't
Wow.
mind smoking Sturgill.
That's powerful.
Is that 3?
That's 3.
Yeah.
I got 2 more.
Damn.
I know, it's hard. Could be anyone.
Tim Tebow. Obviously, obviously Tim.
He wouldn't even
Obviously.
Isn't he a nerd,
Just bring
right?
up like so really.
Just reading Bible verses the whole time.
Obviously Tim. Damn.
I know, it's hard.
It's really hard.
You got 3 like pretty vibey
Those three-
people right now.
Those 3
Yeah.
felt
Sick.
really good.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man.
I know, it's hard.
Skip Fry.
Damn.
that's
That'd be a
pretty
good
good
one.
one.
Wow.
Really?
I feel like
Skip's a
that would
great-
fit in too. with
Skip.
your crew.
I'm creating a vibe here too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to make sure they would vibe with one
Yeah,
another.
exactly.
I can't throw in a.
I know. They have to.
Yeah,
What about
you
like a
get-
Robin-
it's got to be a good vibe all around.
Yeah.
Like a
Skip
Robin Williams.
Skip's
in
pretty
there.
old.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Robin Williams would be a good one.
I don't know.
Like Jimmy and Rob throwing down. That'd
Wow.
be sick.
That
Yeah,
would be pretty
Ooh, a
sick,
good
huh?
comedian in there would be nice.
Yeah, you need that.
Who's the greatest comedian of all time?
That's a great question.
Larry David.
I mean,
personally
Robin
like
Williams could be.
Robin.
Right?
Yeah, Robin's up
Yeah.
there.
Jim
Yeah.
Carrey would be pretty funny.
I
Have
feel
you
like
guys
Dave
seen-
Chappelle is probably like
Dave
one of the
Chappelle.
most.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Dave would be fun.
Right?
Have
And he
you
swims.
have you seen the new Shane? Did you guys? Watch
I haven't seen that yet.
Shane Gillis. Dude.
It's funny as fuck.
Oh man,
Damn, I gotta watch that.
Can you look him up just so I
He
know?
is-
Shane Gillis?
Yeah, I think
He's
I
a
know
big
who he
dude.
is.
he's so funny.
I haven't seen
You know,
He's like
big white guys.
short
Big-
hair, white.
Yeah, thick.
Like yeah,
But not
Yeah.
like
Everyone
fat
can
thick,
be.
like just like football thick.
Yes, he is hilarious.
No, he's
Funny.
football thick.
yeah,
really.
he's always hanging out with like Joe Rogan and that crew.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't
He
funny.
know
just
who that
released
is.
a special, right?
Yeah, he did.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Lex Friedman's podcast.
He's dope.
I'd maybe throw him in there.
Damn.
He'd
Wow.
be interesting.
Yeah, he would throw out some
change
good
things up.
shit where you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
I like him.
That
Yeah.
might-
What's
that
his
might be
vibe
gnarly.
from somebody that hasn't listened to his podcast?
Lex?
Yeah, I've never listened to his
He's
podcast.
he's a brilliant dude. He's
Okay.
like a
MIT guy.
MIT tenured professor. He's
Yeah.
like our age.
As smart as
It's
he
like
gets.
listening
Whoa,
to a
Yeah.
I thought he
robot.
was like 45.
No, I think he's
You never
like
seen
our-
it?
No,
He's
I just said it's like
Soviet.
listening to a
He was
robot.
born
Oh.
in the Soviet Union.
Okay.
Moved
Yeah.
here at a young age, so he has like this
Wow.
crazy perspective.
He like only wears suits.
Yeah, he only wears suits. He's bizarre as hell, but he's
Yeah.
great. But Soviet Union, moved here at a young age, so he has this crazy like kind of view on the world. I
Yeah.
think Soviet. I'd imagine that changes a man. And he also is this really optimistic kind of energy. Like
Oh,
he
that's
brings
good.
all these like
Yeah.
really bright people who are like, we're
He's
dying
so
from
positive.
AI and we're dying from climate change and he's like, maybe that's true. He's like, but I really like my friends.
Oh, I like
love
that.
it. Yeah,
I like that a
And it
lot.
makes you feel
He's a
good.
jiu-jitsu guy too.
I might listen
Yeah,
to him
he's a
based on
jiu-jitsu
that.
guy.
You
He,
should.
he kind of has like a robot energy to him.
Well, it's
Yeah.
that Russian side, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too
cool.
smart. That's the hard part.
Yeah. But he makes things relatable,
yeah, he
right? He like
does.
kind of packages it.
Totally.
As smart as he is, like people will be hitting him with like crazy,
Oh yeah.
like deep kind of like analytical crazies, and he'll just kind of take a step back and digest it and
Yeah.
just say something really simple,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh,
He's one of those people where you can see him thinking.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, and then he like hits you with like the perfect response.
Yeah.
Like, wow, he really
That's
thought about
him
that
and
answer.
Elon Musk.
Yeah,
That's the only
exactly.
person I
Same
see
style.
where I'm like,
They're
what are you
very
thinking of
smart.
right now? And he says something crazy.
Yeah, Elon's a weird dude.
Dude, speaking of Elon and Lex, and in that space, do you hear about that UFO thing in Mexico? Or the aliens
No,
they
but
found?
I'm into it.
Okay, can you look up, Eli? This is fun. Can you search
listen.
Mexican aliens?
This recent?
You realize it's just going to be every political tabloid.
Mexican legal aliens. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
what?
These are 1,800-year-old fossils they found. Okay.
No way.
And they're doing DNA testing right now. Dude.
How fresh is this?
Like yesterday.
What?
So they presented this in Mexican Congress, and they found them in Peru in 2017, and then they did some sort of testing. I guess we could read it, but they fucking did some testing.
Real quick pause. This is too funny. I'm just thinking, like, I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, I'm coming down to do this podcast. And she's like, oh, you know, like the Joe Rogan fucking, you know. I was
Yeah.
like, no, nothing like that. Boom. Yep.
Dude, we were at lunch yesterday, and one of our employees was like, I mean, I watched that full UFO hearing in the U.S. House Judicial Committee. I watched the whole fucking thing. So I had to know.
Yeah.
And then he hit me with this, and I'm like, holy fuck, I didn't even know. And then, yeah, they literally presented them in like cases. They're like, we have these bodies, and they're like, pff, and they're like a foot tall, like this big.
No
Did you
way.
know-
Eli, can
know
you
that-
scroll down just a little bit?
No.
I'm actually reading this.
Look at these old fucks, dude.
Did you know NASA this morning released like a bunch of plans to like tell people, the public about
Whoa.
alien
These little fuckers.
I don't know about these fuckers, but yeah, apparently that's already available. I think it came out this morning at like 9.
Oh,
He
really?
claimed
Look at how
the
strong.
alleged aliens had big brains and big eyes, which allowed for a wide
Big ass titties.
stereoscopic.
It's like a
Look at how strong that line is at the end. It just says, "We are not alone."
They evolved.
I
Mattson."
love when
Very
they're
deep
going to be
throats.
like, we found it in the ocean in the corner, right around where this dude took a dump.
That's what killed him. Damn.
This is
We are not
this is
alone.
crazy.
I
man.
know. It
didn't
blew my
see this.
mind. Yeah, yesterday it happened, I guess, and
Wait,
people were on
But the
it.
skeptics could say like, "Oh, what if
Wait,
bodies shrink over
Can you
like
look up
you know?"
NASA.
Like bodies shrink.
1800 years old.
So is it a mummified?
It's mummified.
NASA.
Meaning-
They're doing
NASA
DNA testing
alien.
right now.
Meaning what?
I don't know how the mummification.
Like, is it made out of stone? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I mean, that looks like fucking concrete to me right there. Like that looks like sand, honestly.
Like
yeah, like what if it just happens to look like that?
That's like
fact-
cute.
release,
The
not
fact-
planet, but release.
It has such a human
Right.
face that to me makes me think.
That's what
Nah.
it's made
That's
it.
kind of what
I
I'm
know.
saying. Is like
I would
the
want it to have.
skeptics-
It's too human.
Yeah, I want it to be like kind of scary. That looks like
Yeah.
I could just kick it.
But
Yeah.
I will
But
say,
then
like,
again, that's kind of nice. Like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
aliens came down, I was like, all
Reassuring.
right.
Yeah.
I do
I
think
could fuck
the
with that.
movies and what
Yeah,
we
that
know
one.
about aliens and their look
Yeah.
are based off of something.
Yeah,
I don't
us.
believe they were.
I
Just
mean, the
made
alien
up.
movies
I
are
really
pretty
don't.
close. Like that looks like ET, straight up. Like they fucking knew something there.
Have you seen Arrival?
Yes.
Oh
Like the-
fuck!
It's the
Wait,
more
maybe.
like space and.
Is it like the
space and time
squid
kind of thing.
fuckers?
Yeah.
What is this? This is the website.
Says NASA will host a media briefing at 10 a.m. today.
Oh, he
He's
blew it.
headquartered in Washington to discuss the findings from an unidentified, whatever UAP, independent study team from the commission in 2022. Okay.
Wow.
So this
they're-
morning they just fucking.
They told everyone about aliens.
Oh, we missed it. How sad is that?
Well, how do you find it? You gotta find it.
It's probably a live.
It's only
recording somewhere.
live, and that's it. Fuck you guys.
That's
They
how
they
do
would
it.
do that.
Yeah,
Honestly.
they would do that.
They would.
Fuckers.
Huh.
Well, hey, NASA was run by the fucking Nazis anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
who knows?
Fuck
What
'em.
was it? what was it? Yeah. Fuck 'em, right?
Mexican aliens.
I know. Well, that's what I was told to search, and I knew it works. I cracked up. I was like,
They were Mexican.
He told me, he's like, search Mexican aliens. I was like, there's Mexican aliens? I was like, wait a minute. I thought they're just aliens. I didn't realize there was like fucking types of aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, there probably is. Who knows? But yeah, I thought that'd be fun to.
That's honestly pretty crazy.
I know, right?
But again, the skeptics, like you're saying, I'm not saying myself. I'm just saying the skeptics. They could easily say like, it's kind of like a human face, and
Yeah.
could just be an old human face that like got morphed
Right.
over
Yeah.
hundreds of that. Whenever
would you
that
do,
came
Case?
from,
It
you know?
has 3 fingers.
3 fingers.
The 2 fingers just fell right off.
even the
true.
fact that it has fingers to me, I was like,
Yeah, right.
No way they have fingers.
Yeah.
These
It's
things
What
do
do
not
they
have
have?
fingers.
They just have like gloves.
I mean, who knows?
They probably wore gloves. They probably, right? I mean, what do they speak? I would fucking, that little fucker would be in my circle, dude.
Yeah.
He'd be in my fucking rotation.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You're like, bro, tell me about the
I mean, this
fucking-
isn't.
You can't say that because we don't know if
you
they're
think
really.
about it. If you think about evolution, like
Yeah.
we're not that efficient. Like our
No.
knees suck. My knees suck.
Exactly, me too.
My elbows suck. Like
Yeah.
you have to imagine if this did happen over and over again, there's
Yeah.
a way more efficient version of it.
I bet you they have no.
And we don't
True.
have a nose. No
Probably
nose.
got no dicks, no nose.
No dicks, no nose.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying like we used to be aliens? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps.
Could
Yeah.
be. Fuck yeah, that's an option. right?
I don't think I was saying that, but
Yeah.
that worked.
That works.
I'm definitely
Because
down with
that
that. I
would
could
be
run with
weird.
I could run with that.
Like we're all just looking for like what we all used to look like.
Yeah. I don't know.
Could be.
We're not
That
that
would be-
I
efficient.
mean, it's 1,800 years old. Think about that.
Yeah.
That is from the past, right?
that
It's
is.
not that old though.
So you're saying
It's not that old, yeah.
There's
No.
other life forms, and if they made it to our planet, they're probably more efficient than us.
Maybe.
They're like squid creatures.
Well, if they've lived, if they existed longer, their species, right? There's more evolution, to
Evolution,
have done,
yeah,
if
that's a
that's how
theory.
it goes.
That's goddamn a theory.
right?
That is a theory right
That's
there.
a full theory.
So
I
you
know.
like the arrival theory of aliens?
Yeah.
What,
More,
can you
it's
guys
more like
explain
a
that?
it's more like a an air, like a
I actually
spirit.
didn't understand the movie.
spirit?
I just loved it.
Yeah.
If you you want me to describe it, I can't. But
Okay.
I do love the
How,
movie.
how would you describe that? It's,
Yeah.
it's just
Okay.
it's kind of like a
There's
spiritual
no
being.
creature.
a
There's no
dust.
actual fucking thing.
There's no real
I'm
body
breathing it.
to it.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
like,
body.
It's almost like this amorphous thing,
okay.
and they communicate with signs.
So it's like a cloud or something.
cloudish.
Okay. It's in the cloud.
You know
family.
Interstellar?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. They're in like a different little universe. You know?
Yeah. It's like they don't exist within a body the way we think about a body.
Oh fuck! It's just a consciousness that's floating around.
Kind of.
But they captured
Does it
it.
communicate?
But they.
Oh wait, no, they didn't. It was in.
It communicates.
They didn't capture it actually.
They did not.
It was like in its own spaceship, and they just walked into it.
And they were coming to help. Not hurt.
Is this the one with that hot redhead chick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can you just search that real quick, Eli? Just Arrival.
It's Dennis.
I think I know. I thought they were like squids or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that chick. I thought it was like squids.
No.
They weren't like.
You got to see it. It's one of my favorite movies. Actually.
Damn.
Yeah, it is a great movie.
I don't know what it's about, but it's one of my.
Look at that. That's a fucking thing. Those are hands or something, right?
Not really.
Right?
No.
What is that? That's like a tree or something.
See those. That's their language right there. You see the.
No, that stuff like came out of thin air and like formed into that.
Okay.
Like it wasn't just sitting there, you know,
Okay.
right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You nailed it.
Thank
We're doing a great job.
I haven't seen this in like 5
The director's
years.
like, yeah, he actually nailed it. Wow. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow,
You should see
okay.
it.
Damn. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Damn. Who knows, right? I mean, it seems like in the next year, based on the pace we're at with this alien shit, something's going down.
Yeah.
Within
Let's
the next
hope.
year,
That'd be
right?
fun. That'd be crazy.
That would be fun. If it goes well, I'm down. Last thing I want is like a Mars Attacks fucking thing. Or,
Yeah.
What's that? You know that movie? The
Oh,
old
that
one?
movie is terrifying.
I don't see it going like that.
I don't think either. I
either.
feel like it would have already
Super
happened at this
carrying. I
point,
think
right?
there's- Yeah. I think we're good.
I feel like they're dope. They're gonna come in and be like, "Bro, you guys are fucking up."
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
McDonald's actually isn't that bad. Like, yeah, fast food's actually not that. You guys got
They're
it all
just
wrong.
peddling corporations.
Yeah,
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Get rid of small business. We're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
insane. We're like,
The climate does need to heat up a bit.
Yeah.
We're like, oh fuck.
So
dude.
nuts.
It's like everything. Oh man.
or they're farming us. Fuck, who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not.
I know, right? That would
Yeah.
suck. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Like Lex Friedman would say, we're good.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Lex on our team.
Yeah,
I hope.
that's right.
Unless he is alien.
Let's see, is it alien?
They probably have some sleepers, right?
In fact, that would make the most sense.
That would make sense.
If aliens are here, it's Lex.
Yeah, like if I was an alien, I was going to a
Elon.
planet, I would be like, okay, let's have a couple guys. Let's go down there.
Yeah.
Remember that one time? And didn't San Diego? What was that?
What are you saying? Sorry. San
Well, remember in San Diego, we were smoking on the like freshman or somewhere in college. We were sitting over Blacks and we saw like a fucking UFO.
Yeah, it was our freshman orientation.
And then this random dude just walks up right after.
yeah.
No way.
Like a fucking robot too.
Yeah.
What?
And he's
And
like,
he's like, I am them.
I am legend.
That's all he says.
I forgot what he said.
That's zombies, bro.
But we were like all, yeah, we all had
We
like,
thought he was a fucking alien straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like they could probably figure that out, right?
I was actually, that was like my favorite conversation we've had about aliens.
Really?
Especially with this like new,
Well, you can see it.
all this
right?
new stuff that's
You can
happening. It's
see
like,
it.
oh my gosh.
I know. That's
this
the
is
best one.
real. This
Yeah.
is news.
I
Well-
feel like that's the bar for being a good podcast is how deep and down
Aliens.
can you get with aliens.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's got to be what everyone. That's got to be one of the biggest questions for people, right?
Yeah.
Is there life out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that's,
Life after
that's probably
death.
top 10 biggest questions you could ask oneself.
That'd be crazy.
For sure.
Right?
I mean, there's a bunch of stories of people, like quote unquote, dying and then coming back and being like, I was in hell or I was in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, those are crazy
Yeah.
too.
I sort of dissociate when I start to think of it. I'm just like, yeah.
I know. You
Yeah.
don't want to know about it.
You take the
like,
Lex approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Honestly,
good.
that's a great approach.
I like drinking
Yeah.
beer. I like
Yeah,
sitting
have
on the
fun,
beach.
chilling.
And the fact of the matter is, we're all here.
Yeah.
And we're only here for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So
It's a simulation.
what do you want to spend your time doing?
Yeah,
You know?
man.
You want to be stressed?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to
Yeah.
have a good time?
Just
What do you think
smoke some
Jimmy
weed.
would say about aliens? He'd be like, I don't know fuck.
Yeah.
He's
Move
like,
on.
this little fucker? He's just got one. Like, holy shit, this whole time? Like, I didn't think I got famous. He gave me all my songs. That'd be fucking awesome.
I was with my friend Al. Alien.
Al. Oh, wow. Damn. Did you read the NASA playbook, bro? Yeah. They call them Als now?
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking Als walking around?
Yeah.
Damn, that's dope. Fuck yeah.
I mean, it sounds like we're ready to change subjects, but I'm just
No.
curious if you have like a heads up on when weed will be like federally.
I thought you were
legal.
gonna ask when aliens are gonna. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna keep it running. When
Once you
we-
smoke, you should know.
Like being in the
When is weed
industry,
gonna be
do you
legal?
kind of have like a heads up on that stuff?
I
or-
sort of operate under the assumption that it's never gonna change. Like
Really?
it will, but
Yeah.
I can't like bank
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, you have
because
to
it
be
changes
safe.
my whole business immediately.
Totally.
How it changes, I don't know. When it changes, so it's you kind of just work with what you got.
Yeah.
You guys do like lobbying or some shit? Like, does anyone do that? Like,
Yeah,
who would-
yeah.
there's some
for
weed
sure.
companies out there doing that.
Yeah,
Just smoking
a lot
out
of
a
a lot
bunch
of the like the publicly traded huge.
Yeah, that probably
balance
helps,
sheets.
honestly, to have that.
It does, and like we do on like a local level.
Yeah.
which is where it starts.
Yeah.
But it's not worth like planning for it.
Yeah.
At least from a business perspective.
Totally. You just kind of do as it comes.
Yeah.
Was it William Randall Hearst or some shit? What was that store where they kind of like, there was that clear delineation where it was totally fine, right? Hemp was a big crop, right, in the U.S. And then it kind of diverted into like, it's the devil's shit or whatever. I forgot the
devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? Like, that's kind of where that started, right? Where
Yeah. I mean, that's probably like corporate America. I mean, it's definitely corporate America, right? Like, I think that cannabis probably put a big dent in a lot of big corporations like revenue, you know, whether it be alcohol, whether it be, I mean, look at alcohol in Colorado right now, like sales are down, cannabis sales are higher than, like at some point in time, like whether it was the booze companies, the pharmaceutical companies, they're like, this is really hurting our business.
Yeah.
There's no money in cannabis that they can't fight with us. Like they can't compete with us. Let's just let's make them illegal.
Yeah.
Like they're not farmers. They're just making stuff in a lab.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that's kind of where the prohibition on cannabis started. But, you know, seeing it legalized, like the path to legalization and seeing what's happening, we're taking a chunk out of pharmaceutical, we're taking a chunk out of booze, and like, that's clearly why it was made illegal, I think.
Whoa, I wonder if, I mean, this is the first time I ever thought about this, but I wonder if like the big pharmaceutical companies are the main ones fighting weed because, again, they're not farmers.
Oh, they are.
100%.
All the lobbying money is and booze.
That's
and booze.
fucking wild.
I know. That's how the world works.
Oh
guys.
my gosh. I mean, I watched that whole show that you also watched and said that you loved. What was it called again? Pain? No?
That new one, Painkiller.
Painkiller.
Painkiller, yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Great show. Great show.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
It's like a limited series, so there's like 8 episodes or something.
Something like that,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good show to watch.
Yeah.
I know.
Gets my
Big
mind going
Pharma.
about all of this now.
Big
Wow.
Pharma's crazy.
They're running our world.
Big Pharma's great. They are.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know who owns them though? All the Big Pharma. You know who's one step up from that?
Hillary Clinton.
No. You know who's above Hillary Clinton?
Aliens.
But you know who's above aliens?
I don't even know.
It's the BlackRock Vanguard.
Oh
Street.
no, this sounds scary. Whatever you're
No,
gonna do.
they're what are they? Hedge funds? Not hedge funds.
Yeah.
Investment firms or whatever.
Don't they own like
88%.
Yeah.
Of what?
They own the majority of 88% of the top 500 companies in the world.
One hedge fund.
Between those three, I believe. I could be wrong. We could definitely double check that, but
That's like a massive
they just
monopoly.
they just dictate what the fuck happens in the world. They own all the airline industry, all the big pharma, everything, food industry, beverage industry, everything. It's them. Like there's big pharma, but then who owns big pharma? It's always like follow the money kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that's a definitely uphill battle. It seems like.
No one ever
Why
follows
the
the
move
money,
is
though.
like just fucking. Well,
What are
people
you
do,
gonna do?
but
Yeah.
you can only go so far.
Right.
Money
You
talks.
kind of you work with the cards that you've been dealt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're
Try
gonna
and,
be
like-
okay.
Yeah.
We're
We're all gonna be okay.
That's
We
for
all
sure.
drink. We all smoke.
Yeah.
Democracy is a smokescreen.
Oh my god! I can't fucking do that. Come on.
Jump in there with that one.
Why? It's fun.
What's up?
Yeah.
You say why?
I said it's fun.
Oh.
So you,
I could go deeper.
I
if
remember
want.
you saying too that I think you said it like only 10 years ago. Like let's say a pound of weed was like worth $3,000.
Yeah.
Now it's worth $900. Were those accurate numbers?
Yeah.
Um,
If not even.
So
that might not even.
as weed gets more legal, isn't it just going to get like more diluted and you'll make less money?
Yeah.
You know? Oh.
But there'll be more volume, right? At that point,
There'll be more volume.
Right?
Yeah.
More people.
There'll be more volume, but
yeah.
you know,
That's how the economy works.
it's it's tough. It's state by state, right?
Yeah.
Like California's its own market. Florida's its own market. But in California, they legalized way too many farms way too quickly and didn't legalize enough retail. So like, there's all this weed being pumped in. It's super. You know, everybody's got a farm. Everybody's got a weed brand, and there's 900 stores across the state to sell it into. So the supply demand economics are like totally fucked.
Jeez.
It's a shit show. And then not to mention, you have to think like in cannabis, every time you want to expand to a new state, you have to literally build a new business. Like you have to build it. You need a new farm. You need to get licensed in that state for your farm, your manufacturing facility, distribution. So like economically, it just doesn't make sense. It's very hard to scale, at least geographically. So that's why the licensing business that we did make sense, is because if somebody has a farm in another state and they've done all the licensing, they've done all that, we can just go to them and say, hey, we'll license our brand to you. And it's, you know, much easier than going and starting a vertical business in those states. But To answer your question, cannabis is fucked.
In short,
Wow. Yeah, cannabis is totally fucked.
When you were selling illegally, or were you? Like,
Yeah.
Like when you had the cult farm, was that
when you let
I
it
was a cult leader.
Yeah, the cult leader.
Yeah, when I was a cult leader, yeah.
But when you had that cult farm,
Call me father.
That's a sick. That's a sick brand.
when you were the cult king,
Cult
could,
king.
was that during the illegal or legal days?
Well, so it was it's still federally illegal, but it was a different time in that in California, you needed to have what was called a collective. There was no licensing in California at the time, so it was
Like a
kind of
medicinal
gray.
card?
You needed to have a collective and a medicinal card. It was it wasn't recreational; it was medicinal.
So were you selling medicinally then? Only?
I was, but like I was. I mean, I was growing weed. I was growing weed on a cult and fucking putting it in plastic bags and like throwing it in the back of a Prius and driving around town and like buying my weed.
That's what I was going to ask.
So-
is like the illegal side of it. How did you find distribution for that? Like, were you talking like?
Well, there
drug
were still
kingpins?
dispensaries. There was medical collectives at the time. So I'd go to the medical collectives. They'd be like, "Do you have a medical card?" I'd be like, "Yes, I do." They'd be like, "Okay, we can buy your weed." I mean, it was all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
you know?
Right back to it.
Like
Good line right
democracy.
there.
Democracy.
And,
it's all a metaphor.
so at the time, it was just sketchy because it wasn't regulated at all. So I mean, I've been held up at gunpoint. I've been robbed. It was scary. It was not fun.
I feel like you guys would have a great shop because like you guys have your collab surfboards and you're in this industry a lot too, like the lifestyle industry.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
So like if you guys had a store, I feel like it would be really sick.
Yeah. I think for us, it's just like we want to focus on what we know how to do really well.
Yeah.
Any deviation from that feels like it could work. I think we could create a great store, but I think in order to be successful, you need to be like really focused on what you do best. The moment you start to deviate from that, it gets cluttered. You have to hire more people. It's for us, it's like we know what we're trying to do. We stay on that path and we pray for the best.
Yeah.
You know.
What is next then? Like as you keep growing.
I think international as things become legal internationally.
Bless you.
Bless you. I think that's exciting. Canada, we definitely want to go to Canada. The EU's opening up. Continue to expand like state by state in the U.S. And see where things go like at a federal level from a legalization perspective. Because if things do go federally legal, like our business changes overnight. That's like the big.
That's crazy.
The great white buffalo.
Damn.
Perhaps. I guess it depends on what it actually looks like from a regulatory perspective. But yeah, I don't really think about it. I kind of just like focus on what's in front of me.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah. What year was it when it was legal in California?
It went legal in 2017. Recreationally legal.
Was Old Pal was already started by that point, right?
No.
Or
No.
You guys,
that
2019?
Yeah. 2018.
Okay.
Something like that.
I was gonna say because you're in the industry, that was probably like a pretty big celebratory thing.
But I was I was kind of in between both my companies when it switched over. Yeah, that was a huge deal.
Yeah, probably like holy shit. I can
Although
start
then it
now,
all went
right
to
now.
shit. To be honest with you, like California became a total shit show right after legalization because they didn't do a good job regulating it. So when I say federal legalization is the great white buffalo, if the federal government blows it, I could be in a worse spot. You don't know.
Crazy.
If they're like, hey, it's federally legal, but you can't sell anything but joints. Like, okay, great. Well, that's 80% of my business out the door. Who knows what they're going to say? Anything's possible.
Wow.
People think about federal legalization as this like great potential, like next chapter for cannabis, but it all depends. What if like only vaporizers? It's like, oh great. Well,
what if you
there
could
goes my
walk into like a
business.
CVS and just like buy a pre-roll? Be like,
I think that's where it will
Out of
go
there. Yeah.
eventually.
Kinda like cigarettes,
probably.
right?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
oh, behind the counter, like, you just gotta show ID, you're 18.
Yeah, maybe not in my lifetime, but
Yeah.
That sounds
it'll
awesome.
probably take a long time. I mean, if you look at this, I don't know if you've seen like the hemp Delta 8 stuff, like it's sold all over every
I think when
state.
we were in Charleston, they were
Yeah.
trying to get us on that, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is this? Sounds like a meth or something."
What is
yeah,
that?
Yeah, it's a little methy.
It's like
hemp
kinda
Delta?
weed.
Yeah, it's like a hemp derivative that gets you high. They basically derive THC from the hemp plant.
Okay.
And the effects are, arguably the same. I think they're different, but nonetheless, you can technically sell it legally under the federal farm bill.
Oh,
so
wow.
people are selling, making this. They're taking hemp, they're extracting this D8, and then they're selling basically weed across the country, making a ton of money.
Will you guys get into that at all, or just is that like a separate thing?
I would honestly, yeah. we would consider it. I think the issue is that it's not regulated, so like there's risk that it gets to the wrong place and then it gets into a kid's and there's old pal product and like.
Yeah.
But the actual product itself, I think there's a potential that's the future of cannabis. Like hemp it's more cost effective to grow. If D8's extracted under some sort of like regulatory framework that like is so there's no additives, there's nothing unhealthy in it. Like it could make a lot of sense. I think it has a bad stigma because it's not regulated well and it puts traditional THC cannabis companies out of business. So, but I don't know. We'll see where it all goes.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's a weird industry, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like a bit of like a nerd talking about in a way.
It's
like
awesome.
it's all very convoluted, but I don't know. Again, I focus on what's in front of me.
What's your top selling product?
Our hero SKU is the ready to roll, the pre-ground
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of like
those
a
are dope.
Bugler's.
I used to.
What do you got right here?
I used to do that. And then I turned into a bitch as I got older. Where I just buy your pre-rolls.
Well, the move is, dude, with the
down to one.
Yeah, nice. I love it. I love it.
I love the new little fucking things, by the way.
Yeah, those are pretty sick. We're actually changing the packaging on those. But
Is there a percent of strength like alcohol?
That's true.
what's that?
Is there like a percent of strength? Like
Yeah, so there's like
There you go.
THC percentage.
Okay.
Oh, THC.
I'm not a big
27.4.
weed
That's okay.
like.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
My favorite's the names. Like, where does that come from? Peanut butter cookies. That's what this one is.
Those are the actual genetics, like of the I don't know who.
Who the fuck names that?
So like it'll be like there's traditional strains like peanut butter breath, and like they'll cross it with a strain called Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
And then peanut butter cookies. So it's like them crossing these different genetics, which is a fascinating part of
That
the
is very
business.
fascinating.
Genetic, like what they do with genetic
Yeah.
cannabis is crazy. That's why it's gone.
That's
10
what's
years ago,
strong.
17% THC flower. You're like, holy shit. Now
Yeah.
it's like 40,
Yeah.
38. It's
Straight.
because they're crossing these crazy genetics, and these people are, there's nerds at these farms.
I
Who are
know.
Like, it's fucking.
Dude, when they're dipped in shit, I remember someone pulled out a joint
Rocks.
once, and they're like, "This one's called the Hulk Smash," and they're like fatty joint with like fucking I don't even know like keef all over it or something. It was like dipped in some shit, and it was like
we were somewhere.
blue.
No, Jeff gave that to us, didn't he?
Yeah, it was fucking.
Oh,
yeah.
we haven't even
dipped.
brought up Jeff yet. What's
Yeah.
Jeff's last name? Hartman.
I think it's Hartman. Yeah.
There's this guy named Jeff Hartman.
Outpost.
I don't know if he
Outpost.
wants us to talk.
Have you heard of
about
that
it,
one? They're in Bealton.
but- Yeah, he has like this
Bealton?
massive ranch.
He's trying to turn
Massive.
into like a weed amusement park, which I think is
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
There's a bunch of
And
grows
it's like
out there.
zip lines and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, funny.
There's good wine out there, too.
Yeah, good wine out there. It's
You,
dope as
you
fuck.
have heard of Outpost?
No.
Okay.
I've heard of Buellton.
I think they're
Beautiful zone.
that's like his brand.
Yeah.
But they like grow it all themselves. So
I guess
it's
Maybe
there's a
I've
lot of
heard
weed
of
in
it,
Santa
actually.
Barbara. I guess it's like turning into like a weed zone.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, which is interesting.
I love Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I would
There.
move to
There's probably
Yeah,
a
why'd you just
ton.
pick LA out of? There's so much beauty in California.
Well, good question. We were
LA
both
is beautiful.
we were both there. I don't love LA. I moved outside. I'm about 40 minutes north.
Oh,
like
okay.
North Malibu.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not really in it.
Yeah.
I'm halfway between Santa Barbara and LA.
Yeah, yeah,
It's pretty close. So.
yeah. It's dope. Malibu's dope. That's its own little world.
Yeah, particularly West, as the Malibuians would say, West Malibu, because it kind of jets out.
Yeah.
Anyways, the further into Malibu you get, the better it gets. It's kind of more.
Isolated.
Yeah, it's not like the glamorous Malibu.
Yeah.
It kind of gets to be more like, I don't know, family oriented.
Yeah.
More
Less like
low-key.
$20 million mansions.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of those
Yeah.
too, but it's better. It's like more of a community. I like it. out
What's
there.
gonna happen to like Jimmy Buffett's house trailer?
Good
That's
question.
in
Like,
family.
what? Like,
Good question.
That's
I think they're
family.
gonna give it to the kids.
Yeah, right. Isn't that how it goes
Yeah.
with anyone? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's like
Yeah.
fucking,
Super sad. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Honestly, their family probably doesn't even know Jimmy had it. They're probably like, he had so many properties.
He
They're
had
probably
to
like,
have.
oh shit, yeah.
Damn.
He was living all over the place.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was low key a billionaire, right?
yeah.
He had to. With
Like he was a
He was
huge
a
business
billionaire.
guy.
He became
Margaritaville.
a billionaire like 3 months before he passed away. 4 months.
No way.
Wow.
I think he was like, fuck it, I'm good.
Yeah.
he probably
What
like,
a legend.
I know. He's
Yeah.
such a legend.
So
Yeah.
he must have been really good in business.
oh yeah,
To become a billionaire?
yeah.
Margaritaville.
Maybe he was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
think
don't
if you
know.
asked
Will
me,
you look
like,
that
not
up,
really.
Eli?
I got the right people
Right.
around me.
There was
I
that
don't
one
think he had-
song.
I don't know.
What was that one song where it's like, I made a bunch of money, but I pissed it away in a day or something like that? There's one of his lines. I was like,
Johnny
what a
Manziel.
fucking legend. Yeah, right?
1 billion.
There you go. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah. Blenders, baby.
Blenders?
Margaritaville Blenders.
Oh,
That
what?
was like the.
Blenders?
Yeah.
Like an
I
actual
didn't know that
brand.
either.
Can you
Yeah.
look that up?
I know
was
he had
gonna say that.
hotels and
Yeah, I mean,
restaurants.
yeah, but the blenders, I think, were like the.
That's what got him big?
I think so.
I've never even seen one in my life. They have apparel on it.
Yeah, I know the
Yeah,
brand.
the Margaritaville
Really?
I can see
blender.
the logo
Oh,
in my
you
head.
know the Margaritaville blender. It's
Yeah.
where they'd make like
What the fuck? I've never seen that, guys. I mean, I like margaritas, but I don't fuck with like the mixes that are
Oh,
sugary and shit.
Margaritaville is the alcohol as well.
Yeah.
and the booze.
Yeah.
Wait, but I've never.
They
yeah,
have
you bought me a
everything.
lot. I know.
Everything. He had a weed company too called the Coral Reefers.
Oh my
No
god, that's
way.
awesome.
That was like his
Fuck.
band too, right?
Yeah, that was his band too.
Margaritaville is like the main alcohol mixer of all tequila, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Really?
Like, it's the mixer.
Yeah.
That like
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
buys
No,
for tequila.
though.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot. There's a couple. Of
I guess there's a Jose
It's a
Cuervo
big
one
one.
too. Yeah.
I
I've just seen that
can't
so
do
many
those
times.
Guys,
ones.
he's a billionaire. Obviously.
Ah,
Yeah, you name it, he
Really?
licensed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wild.
It's got 4.7 star review. Let's go, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's hard
It's
to
all
get.
about quality.
It's all about cool.
Yeah.
Eli's like his.
More
was his
importantly,
biggest fan.
Yeah.
Is his biggest fan.
let's make a Seager fucking like a blend. I mean, maybe not a blender, but
blender?
something that we can make
Yeah.
something in the cocktail game.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
There's opportunity.
I know there is, but I don't know enough. Like he was a bartender, and you were a cicerone.
You mean like a type of drink?
That'd be
No.
cool
Talking
too.
about like
You're talking like barware or some shit,
I don't
right?
know, something.
Like a shaker glass.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know like the fucking name. I'm
How do
so
we become
shitty with
No, but
cocktails.
that's too easy. Shaker glass, nah.
Yeah, we need something
That's
like.
like something
fuck-
way
fuck
rad.
that.
what else is
a
there?
rolling tray.
What else is there?
Oh, that'd be
A
dope.
cool bar apron would be kind
There's
of
also a
That'd be cool.
frisbee.
What'd you
What
say,
about like
frisbee?
I'm like
Frisbee
on the
roller.
word, but like what you pour
Yeah.
wine into?
a decanter.
Oh,
That'd be
a
sick.
A
That'd
Seager
be sick.
decanter.
I'm just
Just a
thinking
wild
shipping.
looking
We
those
just
things.
we go classy with it.
Yeah.
We go classy.
They're classy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
What's next? I mean, you asked me.
Oh
What-
fuck! You
talk to
reversed
me.
it on me.
Yeah.
Reverse Uno.
God, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Store.
Yeah, we have a store opening up
A Bud Light collab.
with a Bud Light.
A Zin collab. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
Zen Club would be sick.
Elliott
Actually,
stream.
with I know I get fucking addicted to those things, but look at it. Look,
If anyone-
Oh.
it's coming close to you. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I'm down. I'm gonna get freshie.
We're opening up a store in San Juan Capistrano.
Amazing.
Yeah, our
That's
first
so
ever
cool.
store.
Can we do a little collab action?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
please.
I would love that.
I'll just hotbox the
So
whole fucking
rad.
store.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna be sick.
Oh god,
And we'll have-
down
Do you do
to two,
activations
dude.
like that?
What's that?
Do you do activations like that?
For you guys?
Anything, bro.
Anything you guys want?
Set up.
That'd be rad,
There's a
actually.
mezcal down there. We can do all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Oh
yeah.
fuck! I
do it.
didn't think about that.
Let's just throw a banger. Throw it with a Jimmy
I have
tribute
one.
band.
Okay.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
insane.
Okay, sold. Done.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah! Everyone listening, come on down.
Or like a podcast release
April
party.
20th. Oh, let's do 420. Unless you already have a big thing going.
Oh, it's so far
Let's
from
do
now.
it.
Yeah, but we're open up in
No, no, we can do
January.
it. We
That's
can do
true.
it.
That's
It's
true.
only a few months from then.
I was just getting excited.
We could start
I
a
wanna do
new
it soon.
holiday.
Oh,
New weed
Talk to me.
holiday. Okay.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
419.
hit it.
Let it rip.
120 because
Okay.
fuck it.
Come on.
Nothing's really going on in January. Let's get high.
Yeah, nothing is happening in January. And you're coming
And-
down from all
oh,
the pie and
if
shit.
Well, we're opening up our store
Seager
in
and Old
January.
Pal ever do a weed together, which
Yeah.
I know should be on the table because that'd be fucking sick.
We could do
Um,
A little bit of
it
tobacco
has
in
to be
maybe.
lemon haze.
Oh, that's my favorite. Super lemon haze.
Super lemon haze.
That was all we
Okay.
smoked in college was super lemon haze.
Let's
I
do
love
it.
that.
Best strain. All right.
Let's do it. You want to?
Wow.
We can do that. Let's design some bags and let's get to
Oh,
it.
That'd be
Whoa.
sick.
I've been wanting to do like that 70s smoke circle too video.
Oh my god. He's
With the
already
top
creative,
five.
so-
With the top five.
With the
like
top five.
hand-picked five.
Damn. Okay.
Dream blunt rotation.
Oh fuck, that's it. Dream blunt rotation, and it's a way to build in that we actually can do that, dude.
Honestly, that's an idea that could work if we pitch to people like, hey, we want you to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
And it's like crazy, like
my
Post
God.
Malone.
Manziel.
You know what I mean?
I've had
gotta-
this idea for years where like you set up a poker game, kind
Oh,
of like,
fuck.
and it's like a top 5 poker
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be so
Is,
good.
we could
Poker
get Johnny
brings some
Manziel.
dirt-
We could make it happen.
Yeah.
Weed, is it like beer where you can't like show people actually drinking it? You know, is
No,
weed
no,
like,
you can. You can.
Okay.
you're-
You can get high as
okay,
fuck
yeah.
if you
Whoa.
want, dude.
Yeah, we
Well
could do
done
that.
deal.
This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, we could absolutely do this.
Damn.
Sounds fantastic. I'd love it.
Yeah. Okay. And we should end it. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Yeah.
you coming.
Thanks, guys.
That's
Yeah.
a blast.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
That was a
it.
good
All right,
time.
right on.
Fuck yeah. Thank you.
There we go.